So, hi, Jeremy. Thank you for joining us today to disseminate some much needed information to the masses. Let's just jump right in. Could you start by telling the people what it is that you do at Cross Country Mortgage?
Yes, thanks for having me on. Of course. Myself and my team are residential mortgage lenders primarily. We're a local lender right here in the Philadelphia and surrounding counties, primarily working with realtors to finance home buyers, getting them pre-approved, letting them know what it takes to buy a house, what the numbers look like for rates, payments, closing costs, what they might need to spend out of pocket, what they qualify to buy up to. There's a lot of different programs available today, a lot of first-time homebuyer grants and different options available that people might not know about. So you kind of need to speak with somebody like myself who has a full grasp of every product that's available, and that is changing too. So you really can't jump on the internet and get all the information you need collectively. You really, best bet looking to buy a house, especially first time home buyers or buying your second home. Give us a call, and we can help you out to let you know what's available for you to finance your home purchase.
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to talk a little bit about the PA First Responders Program, the home buyer program. What other professions besides first responders are qualify for that grant?
Yeah, so I wish I could have pulled up my list of uh, uh, employee or jobs that qualify for that program. It's a great program, up to 60 job titles. You know, our the program is designed to help in the for the most part, they're going to be first-time homebuyers, first responders, who are eligible for these additional home funds, forgivable down payment assistance grants to use towards a home purchase. So police, firefighter, um, you know, that also spreads out to teachers, caseworkers, social workers. Let me think here. Legal assistance as well.
Okay,
And there is more options available. So you'd be surprised, who would qualify for the program.
okay, all right,
Nurses and that similar kind of field.
okay. Do physicians also qualify for that, or are they not included in that option?
A physician typically will be over the income threshold for that program.
Okay,
But then there's a physician program, a doctor's loan, commonly called to as well, where there's 100% financing available. The idea is no PMI there, a young physician professional who might have a lot in student loan debts or uh, just got the new job where they're making good money, but they were in their fellowship or residency for 6 or 7 years, didn't have a chance to save up a lot, but
yeah.
they have good earning potential. So their debt to income ratio is usually pretty low with their higher salary. So that program is available with 0% down with no PMI that we offer.
Okay, can you tell the people a little bit about what PMI is?
Sure. PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. So it's a way where uh, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA allows a buyer to finance a property with less than 20% down, which before PMI was the standard. You just had to wait until you had the 20% down to buy a house.
Right.
This is a while ago. Different countries still kind of follow that. So private mortgage insurance allows mortgage companies like myself or banks or maybe the credit unions to um, lend to a buyer who might be in a little bit of a higher risk threshold because they're not putting 20% down. And if the property does get defaulted, there's an insurance policy in place which covers the losses for the bank. So they're not totally let on their own if the home goes down in value and there's a foreclosure. They're covered for the most part.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
buyer
you.
pays the PMI monthly. It might be 50, 100, $150 a month
That was my
until they get
follow-up
to
question.
80% financing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. And if a buyer has less than stellar credit, how should they pursue home ownership?
So, yep. we're pretty flexible on the credit scores. So we can provide up to 96.5% financing with down to a 580 credit score. If somebody is trying to get to a certain credit score bucket, like, there's a 580 threshold that's important, there's a 620, then there's a 660 threshold as well to get some of the better great programs available. They really just give us a call, and there is some no cost ideas or suggestions that we can give them to get their scores up quick. So again, it's just a lot of the common theme is to just jump on a phone call with myself, somebody in my team, to do the pre-approval or the pre-qualification, which is where we don't actually have to run credit. And we'll assess their credit situation and tell them what to do to get the scores up, put them on a path to home ownership, basically. So really, us looking at your credit, seeing what's going on, see what you're doing wrong, what you can do right, is the first step. There's no cost for us to do that.
Okay. And what other factors besides credit score, if any, go into determining loan eligibility?
So loan eligibility is based off of three factors: credit, income, and assets. And they're all equally as important. Income, you qualify based off of the debt to income ratio. Credit scores, there's minimum credit score requirements, and the money for the down payment closing cost, you need to verify that. The banks want to see where that came from. And then there's some things there where you can't use certain funds to buy a house. So you have to be knowledgeable about that, speak with somebody like myself about what can and can't be used for assets.
Yes. Okay. And just one more question, and then we'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy, so I don't want to hold you too long. But what's the one thing you wish people would or would not do prior to speaking to a lender?
The one thing that is assuming that you are doing the right thing, or assuming that you already know. And a lot of times a buyer might be right, with their assumptions, but you can really kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Like if you don't have good credit scores, you could spend, if you're trying to improve your credit, you could waste 3 or 6 months doing A, B, and C to your credit when you really should be doing D, E, and F.
Yes.
And you just wasted 6 months, when we could have told you what to do the right way around. Or you're making deposits into your bank account, which are unverifiable funds. So you probably think that like the way to get to buy your house when they be your investment property. But you really should confirm with somebody like myself who's been in the business for a long time on what you can and can't do. The pre-approval call is really like 10, 15 minutes, and it's always a good use of your time, and there's no cost.
I agree. Absolutely make that phone call. A lot of people don't want to speak on the phone, but I think it's for the best that you just sit down and have the conversation. It's a huge undertaking, so you want to be as informed as you possibly can. Um, and the
Yep.
best thing I would say to do is after you obtain me as your realtor, definitely let me link you up with Jeremy Durkin from Cross Country Mortgage. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for joining us today. Did you have anything else that you want to add for the people, or I think we answered some pretty basic questions for them, but if you have anything else you'd like to add, please do.
Those were great questions. Now's a good time to buy. There's not as many buyers out as there will be in a year or two, I believe. So between the two of us, I think we can get you into a house. So just give me a call anytime. I'm available nights and weekends.
All right. Thank you so much. I agree with that assessment too. Between the two of us, we can get it done. All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jeremy. Have a great day.
Thanks, Karen. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.